It's your boy Diehard Eru, Dianix Podcast in the building. I should be live right now. I was having technical difficulties. I don't know if you guys saw some funny test stuff going on there, but hopefully we are live. I'll see you guys in the chat in a second to know for sure. But yeah, man, of course, we have some extremely big news. I know everybody's been talking about it. The Knicks always get me when I'm not in a position to immediately go live. You know what I'm saying? So when the news broke, it was at like around 10:30. When was that? 10:30 on a Saturday or something like that. And I was at work. No, 10:30 on a Sunday, and I had just went to the gym or whatever. So I'm in the gym while everything is happening, and I forgot what day did it pop off? Whatever day it popped off, I was in the freaking gym because it was 10:30. So I went to the gym, and it was just a mess, man. Like my phone was blowing up. I didn't know why it was blowing up, so I looked at it and I could see all this mess, man. The Knicks traded for Karl Anthony Towns, bro. So I mean, it's not official, so I can't really get too crazy with it the way that I would like to because it's not really official. So because I mean, deals could fall through at any time. You know what I'm saying? If things go sour, if things are just not working out or whatever. But then, like I've said many times on this channel, like the NBA will make things happen, make things work. So things can get done. Because this is a trade that's really like a game changer, not just for the Knicks as a franchise, but for the NBA in general. So, there's been a lot of comments online and stuff about, whether or not this is even like scary to anybody else, but we'll see. We got to play the games, man. But before we get started, I got some other stuff to talk about before we really get into this, man. But the major thing here is we lost our guy here. We lost Dikembe Mutombo, guys. So rest in peace to Dikembe Mutombo. He was born in 1966, died at 58 of brain cancer, man. So I mean, this is pretty tragic, here because people thought he was sick. I think he was having problems and stuff like that. But it seemed like he was okay. He wasn't really talking about it. But yeah, man, he comes along here in 2024, man. How many more legends are we gonna lose, man? I feel like we've been losing a legend every single day. Not just like somebody that's famous, but like legit legendary people. And Dikembe Mutombo is a legend, man, from Africa. This is kind of unheard of stuff when he first came into the NBA, where guys were coming from Africa and with not much not Americanized. You don't know anything about the culture. Don't even really know too much about basketball, but he came over here, just being this tall, being this athletic, and him working with Georgetown and John Thompson, hooking up with Ewing and Alonzo Mourning. They got his career together to the point where he had a long historic career. He's known for that finger wagging. And yes, he was a New York Knick. He was a New York Knick for a hot second, during some bad times with the Knicks, man. But it's we have to mention Dikembe Mutombo, one of the greatest personalities the NBA has ever seen, man. So just like to give a little rest in peace real quick. So I'll pop off the screen for a couple seconds just to give proper respect to Dikembe here. Yeah, man. So definitely respect to Dikembe, rest in peace. So let's slide on into the shenanigans here, man. Before we do that, got Ewing here. This is very sad. That was his boy. These guys are really close, like brothers. Speaking of family, his son here also made a post. His name is Ryan Mutombo. He made a post of him with his dad. Looks a little bit like him. You can see the resemblance and stuff, But sliding on here. This is a message. I can't read it. Yeah, I can't read it because I have my own son, and for those that follow the podcast, that I've been having problems with my oldest son. He just turned 21 and I haven't seen him in years, man. So, hopefully if my son sees this, man, that you can find it in his heart to give me a call because I've called him plenty of times. He just doesn't answer. So I would hate for this to happen where I get some kind of like terminal illness and all of a sudden he pops in, or he may not ever pop back into the picture. But yeah, man, fathers love their sons. There's a special bond that we have with them, and I just hope that we can mend those things before something like this happens, man. Yeah. So once again, rest in peace to Dikembe Mutombo. So getting into the shenanigans, man. The Mets made the playoffs, man. I'm not a Mets fan. Fuck the Mets all the way. I'm a big time Yankees fan, but this is good, man. For Mets fans that were watching, I had a Met fan I was working with today, and he was real excited. He wasn't watching the game because he was superstitious, so he's watching the game tracker. So he was getting the balls and strikes and stuff. Every time the Mets made something good or something happened positive on the game tracker, he was going crazy, man. So I felt him. Even though I'm not a Mets fan, I'm not a Mets hater. So it's a good thing for any sports team to win in New York. because it galvanizes the city for a certain sect of fans. I'm not one of them. That they're big time fans of the team, so it's good to see them, get hype and get excited for their club. And the Mets suck, bro. Say not for nothing. The Mets are a terrible franchise. They've been terrible forever. But to see them, make the playoffs and everybody's excited about it, and they win orange and blue, it's worth noting, man. So slide it on down into the next topic here. Speaking of somebody that's not so happy about to be where he is, look at Bogey here. This is former Nick Bogey. He played half a season with us. He's now with the Nets. So I mean, look at this face, man. This, they always try to make these plays look tough. You know what I'm saying? These pictures, it's basketball, fam. It's a kid's game. So, it's kind of funny, they got him in this picture. So it's, in context, we don't know the context of the picture, of course. Like I said, the photographer probably made him do that. But just for Knicks fan, this is kind of hilarious to see him upset because, he's on the wrong team, man. I'm quite sure that he wished that he was with the Knicks still. Because all these European players, they love the Knicks. They were brought up because, during their time when they were coming up, the Knicks were on TV a lot. 13 seasons in the playoffs and stuff. So their fathers and their families, if they watch the NBA, they love the Knicks because that's the era they came up in. You know what I'm saying? So, kind of feel bad for him and whatever. But, not for nothing, I'm not going to sleep on the Nets either. They still are a New York team. Even though they have Brooklyn across the chest, they're still in the five boroughs, New York City. New York City is five boroughs, not separate from Brooklyn. So, the Nets might actually, show some promises here. They're probably going to lose a lot, but there's an outside chance that they still straddle along the 500, maybe getting 40% wins and that type of thing, man. So, keep an eye out for Brooklyn, man. For those that support them, continue to do so. I know you saw the sneak peek there, man. My boy, this is the Crypt Keeper. I'm calling him the Crypt Keeper, Mitchell Robinson here. Mitchell Robinson with his Instagram, stories here. Before this picture, he posted like, oh my God, something's gonna happen. Woohoo. So of course, all the Knicks accounts, especially myself too, get emotional because it's like, here we go again with this fucking cryptid stuff. What's going on now? It's like this like teenage stuff this is one of the biggest men in New York City, period. 7 feet, 200 and like 60, 70, whatever pounds he is now. You know what I'm saying? He's a big freaking dude. He acts like a junior high school student. You know what I'm saying? So all this cryptic stuff. But anyway, he bought a house. That was the, ooh, guys, look what's gonna happen next. Oh my God. And then he's like, oh man, I bought a house. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Is it like it's mine now? Now can't tell me ish. Man, whatever, bro. You're freaking millionaire. Like you could buy whatever you want to buy. You bought a house in New York. All right, that's great. You know what I'm saying? But the cryptic stuff, especially at the timing of it, it's just annoying. And I just don't want this kid on our team anymore because like he's posting these things. He can't show up to training camp. He's not in shape. He won't be back until next year. He won't be back until January, fam. And we getting posts like this on opening day. He's a fucking asshole, bro. Mitchell Robinson's a fucking asshole. The timing is just not right because this overshadows a lot of stuff that was happening today with the interviews and stuff. But I'm not gonna harp on it too much, man. Everybody's oh yeah, Mitch is back. I see all the people making posts and stuff. But he's a literal fucking asshole. I don't want this dude on the team anymore because he's taking away these little antics like this are taken away from what's going on with the club in general. You know what I'm saying? This should not be something that we talk about at all because this is media day. So he started his own media bullshit with this fucking post, man. So fuck Mitchell Robinson, bro. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Tired of this cat. I'm gonna make a post later on about whatever situation is going on with him as far as rumors and stuff, but I'm not gonna talk about it today. I'll talk about it another day, man. So uh once again, this is the first family of the Knicks, man. Like I said, Julius Randle came through when nobody wanted to come to the Knicks. We couldn't sign anybody. Remember, we signed like 5 power forwards or whatever it was, and everybody didn't know what the Knicks were doing. The Knicks were just trying to get back the identity. Bully ball, they had an identity that they were trying to go for. So they picked up Julius Randle. He was averaging 20 points per game with the Pelicans, man. You know what I'm saying? So he came here, made his mistakes, never was the number one option on any offense in his career. He comes to the Knicks, and basically, grew right in front of us. Had a lot of frustrations, as you said, with the whole, shut the fuck up stuff that he was doing. I made plenty of posts about that. Shout out to State. I mentioned on the channel all the time. Me and State talked about him so much. So many other people that popped on the channel talked about that situation and how they felt about it. But just looking at the whole grand scheme of his Knick career, I mean, like I said, he came when we were nothing. He led us, to the playoffs, even though we didn't have a good showing in against Atlanta. Atlanta beat us. But look at the roster that was around Julius Randle. You know what I'm saying? But Julius Randle ended up being an All-Star 3 times, All NBA 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So building up his career, even up until last year before he busted his shoulder, all the negativity that was happening before that kind of like got whisked away, especially with the emergence of Jalen Brunson coming to the team and a Josh Hart trade and all this other stuff. It just made the Knicks so much better. All the other trades that we made too, as far as Bogey, like I mentioned, a little earlier, all these different guys we brought to the team. Now we had a really good team. So when he popped his shoulder, that was kind of like the it was just like I don't know if it's karma or just bad juju for lack of a better term, but not for nothing. Knicks fans asked for this, bro. Knicks fans asked for this. They've been talking about trading Julius Randle since we got him. They don't like him. That he busted both ankles, ended up having surgery on both ankles, and people were complaining about his effort on top of that. When during the playoffs and stuff, but he ended up having surgery. So this is the atmosphere that he had to live with, and he dealt with it, and he never he did that whole shut the f up stuff. We deserve that. You know what I'm saying? We deserve that. And right now we deserve this too because a lot of you guys put this into the atmosphere, and not for nothing, I think it's the right decision here. So but I like to give highlight to Kendra. Kendra's the mother excuse me, Julius Randle's kids. 2 beautiful kids. They're married and this, that, and the other. So I always say this is the greatest example of what it is to raise a family and stuff the right way. Let's say, like in my situation, my wife is not working at the moment because I'm working. I'm doing what Julius Randle does. I'm doing all the work and whatever, making sure everything's good. And the wife, which is Kendra here, like my wife is at home taking care of the children, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is a great example of how you can make the family situation work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have the aspirations or whatever, but you make sacrifices or whatever to make sure that the family stays together. Because Kendra could also be selling whatever products that all these other desperate housewives do. But you don't really see her doing that too much. You don't make a lot of appearances and stuff. She's always with the kids, and she's with the kids, and if she's with the kids, she's with her husband no matter what's happening. Even if the kids are not on the road with her, Kendra's with her husband, fam. And I just think that's a great example. And I just want to leave that with you, as you think about Julius and everything that goes on with that. He's just a very great example of especially for young people, man. And it's pretty official, man. This is also Kendra here. She posted his first jersey. So it kind of looks slick. Number 30 on Minnesota. Not for nothing. They're gonna be a good team still. For Minnesota side, they had 2 centers. So, shout out to Josh. Always got something to say. Josh, mentioned that Karl Anthony Towns don't want to play center. He has mentioned that he don't want to play center. He likes playing power forward, whatever. He has a skill set to play both. But Karl Anthony Towns is 7 feet tall. You know what I'm saying? So it makes more sense to trade Julius to Minnesota because the Knicks need a center. So Karl Anthony Towns, whether he likes it or not, he's gonna have to play center, fam. And on the other side, Julius Randle going to Minnesota. They needed a power forward. Now he's got a power forward. They got a power forward over there. Now they got Rudy Gobert over there at center. Julius and Rudy Gobert over there for what they're trying to build in Minnesota. That looks fantastic. The icing on the cake for Minnesota, DiVincenzo, the shooter. The thing about that, where the hell is he playing? Because he's going to be like basically like a super sub. He's going to be a 6-man kind of guy because you can't start him at forward. You're not going to start Anthony Edwards at forward. Anthony Edwards is shorter than I thought. He's about the same size as Brunson. Maybe like an inch taller than Brunson. So he's almost like point guard basically. He's their shooting guard. So he can't be a small forward. So DiVincenzo's going to have to come off the bench. So it is what it is, man. It's fantastic for them. They definitely came off. Plus, they get a first round pick from the Knicks, which I didn't really like. But whatever it is to get it done. We traded all those first round picks to get Mikal Bridges, and at the end of the day, who gives a damn? As long as we get our team together and everything makes sense on our end, then that's perfect, man. So this is basically the swan song here for Julius Randle. We're never gonna talk about him again as far as this season. Right now, whoever's on this roster, that's who we're talking about. For those that keep talking about RJ and IQ still to this day, man, you guys need to let it go. Julius Randle's not on the squad. There's no reason to bring him up anymore. He's on another squad. After they retire, these guys can come back and we can reminisce and stuff like that. But not gonna say nothing bad about Julius Randle. Not gonna say nothing bad about RJ. I don't give a fuck about him. IQ, not gonna say nothing bad about him either. Things move on, and it's time to really concentrate on what the task is at hand, and that's focusing on this championship, man. And I really think now, even with Julius, I think we had a really good shot. But now that we have a real center, somebody with size there, that could really do what we need to do at that position, and we still have somebody that could fill it in Julius's shoes and do what kind of do what Julius is doing, kind of, adding a little bit more defense and stuff like that. I think the Knicks are stacked, bro. Knicks are really stacked. So let's talk about the current Knicks, man. Today's media day. I'm not gonna get into too much media day stuff, man, because like I said, Karl Anthony Towns is here, so nobody was really able to talk about it. So there's a lot of cliche stuff, a lot of like stupid questions from the media, and they just answering it and stuff. So this is our first appearance for these guys, man. So funny thing about this picture is that you see the title of it says, look, everybody's all smiles. As you can see, Brunson is smiling. As you can see, Josh Hart is smiling. As you can see, Mikal Bridges is smiling. And I don't know what the fuck OG's doing at the bottom, man. Yeah, OG is a funny dude, man. OG's bugged out, So he's from England, so they're weird. English people are freaking weird, bro. So I mean, just take everything you just see with him with a grain of salt. But he is a nice guy. They say he's pretty funny and whatever. He's very a homebody. That goes into whatever all the Knicks are. They're all family men. You don't really see them out there in the street partying, nothing like that. OD's right there. Same thing. Talks highly about the Knicks. Talks highly about the city. Very humble dude. Fits into the mix, man. Definitely fits into everything here. So Karl Anthony Towns, he's a part of an amazing culture. There won't be any Jimmy Butlers on his roster. You got a Tom Thibodeau, but Tom Thibodeau don't have to talk anymore because he got these dogs next to Karl Anthony Towns now. For these four guys here with Karl Anthony Towns, these are the projected starters here. Add Karl Anthony Towns to this four. Those are the starters for the Knicks. And Karl Anthony Towns, he's gonna have everything at his disposal, to make him successful. So it's gonna be amazing, man. So I just want to see what else I got logged up in here. So we're gonna get into the nitty gritty in a second. But I see you guys talking and stuff, man. I definitely thank you guys for tuning in. Got a couple people in here now, so definitely appreciate that. Daniel Berry Sports, you saw the actual original test stuff that I was doing because I was having issues with the new system. It wasn't broadcasting. Literally took me 30 minutes to get this pod together. But we in it now, man. So definitely appreciate you for popping in twice. Shout out to Julian Bloom in the place as always. Make sure I get it going here. Got a Nudie here, a Nudie 25 in the place. Haven't seen you in a minute. Once again, rest in peace to Dikembe Mutombo, one of the greatest personalities of basketball history, man. Probably one of the greatest African players ever. It's just amazing. The journey, that he started with migrating from his hometown, coming back, and also giving back too. Also giving back. I think he opened up a hospital over there. So it's kind of ironic. He opened a hospital, over there, and then he ends up dying of brain cancer. That's amazing, man. What a life we live in here, man. Don't take things for granted, man. Shout out to I am Jarrell in the place. Daniel Jones needs to die hard. Oh my god. So shout out to Coach Sear here. Saying what's up to everybody here. Just line of Mr. Realistic. I guess I was talking about Mitchell Robinson. I'm tired of that motherfucker, bro. Shout out to Mike K. You got Julian Bloom, Mike K in the place. I am Jarrell. Yeah. I'm simply tired of Mitchell Robinson, bro. I just don't want to talk about him. I got one more pot for Mitchell Robinson, and I'm not going to talk about that dude until he comes back. I'll make one more pod. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I'll just talk about the current situation with him, and I'm never going to talk about that dude again until he comes back, unless he's traded beforehand. So we'll get into that tomorrow, guys. If you guys will come hang out with me. Man, this is Shade here. I'm a good dad. I'm absolutely a good dad, fam. For like I said, if my son is watching, listen, he knows the deal. He knows that what I did, what I sacrificed for him. Time and all the moments that we spent together out there in the streets with everything that was happening with our situation. He knows what's going on, and for things to go sour here like this, without having a conversation, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? And now he's a grown man now. 21 is not he's not a kid anymore. So it's time to step up and let's move on. Have that hard conversation and move on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Also, shout out to my cousin if he's watching. My cousin likes to burn bridges. He hit me up yesterday actually on some bullshit. I love his kids. I told him I just was hitting him up, asking him about his children, make sure that everything is good. And he thought that it was like some subliminal message shit. Then he started talking about, oh, as a man, you should do this, that, and the other. Tell me who told you something. Without me having to get angry and cursing out my cousin, man. I love my cousin. If he's watching, I love his kids. All the stuff that you created in your mind, that's in your fucking mind, bro. And it's hurtful, that has to be like that. But he likes to start stuff. And the thing with me, guys, like people say, oh, you got to be the bigger man and this, that, and the other. No, you don't. You actually need to just survive this life and keep it moving. Concentrate on yourself, because if you allow things to fester in you and stuff like that, you say what you have to say, you do the best that you can, but you're not gonna go to the extreme, to the point where you're killing yourself on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dikembe Mutombo. Life is short. 58 years old, fam. 58 years old is not that far from me right now. 14 years. You know what I'm saying? He's been suffering for quite a few years. So you're talking about 10 years? I could be dead in 10 years. I don't got time for the bullshit, man. I'm young right now still. I'm still trying to get my muscles together, trying to get this body fat down. I'm still young. I got a lot of life to live, and I'm not going to spend it, being aggravated. I wish that you guys would do that. If you have aggravation in your life, you're here watching me to get away from it. And I just here to let you know, being transparent. I got a lot of shit going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to have some fun and get away from that shit. You know what I'm saying? So leave it like that. Keep on scrolling. Mitchell Robinson, a goofy motherfucker, man. Disney, yeah, absolute Disney character. I wish he would shave his armpits, fam. Yeah, I wish he would shave his hair. Braid that hair down, man. Like that look is not a good look, man. Everything about him, man. I just you know, I don't know, man. I don't want to get into personal stuff, man, but just his basketball thing, he doesn't fit basketball wise either, man. So like I said, I'll get into that tomorrow, man. So this is Mike K with a question. He says, should McBride start over Hart? That's gonna that's a possibility. That's a big possibility. There's also Shamit. Don't forget about Shamit. Shamit could possibly start also. So that's why you do training camp and stuff for. So it's all possible. I like Mikal Bridges at shooting guard, not to tell you the truth. Josh Hart also. I wouldn't mind seeing Josh Hart at the shooting guard also. He's been working on his 3-point shot. The thing that Josh Hart brings to the table is rebounding. So we really need him in the mix to do that rebounding stuff. So he could do his stuff from the guard position and rebounding and stuff like that, because Josh Hart excels also running offense. He can run offense pretty well too. And pushing the ball, him being that freight train running the court. So I can see Josh Hart, running the backcourt with Brunson. I think it'll be fine. Mikal Bridges doesn't play inside. He's an outside guy. So he'll be able to fade to the outside. And then just the contrast between him and Josh Hart. Josh Hart driving to the basket and pushing the ball and that type of stuff, with Mikal Bridges going to the wing the same way that OG would do. They like to go in the wing. OG's more of a power guy. I just think it works perfect, man. Rebounding wise, I don't know as a team how it's gonna work. But Brunson gets in there, for rebounds. Mikal Bridges is not really a rebounder, but he has length and stuff like that. Guys play their position. We should be able to get rebounds, and I think Karl Anthony Towns is gonna eat there at the rebounding for the reboundings also, man. So anyway, just keep it scrolling here. How do I feel about the bench? People are complaining about the Knicks bench. Look at Precious, backup power forward, fantastic. You want to talk about the guards? We got a campaign. We got campaign. We got McBride, and then we got Tyler Kolek in the backcourt. I think if we use those guys alone without even talking about anybody else, I think that's fine. That's a great not great, but that's a really good a rotation there for guards. You know what I'm saying? As far as the forwards, like I said, we got Precious, the backup small forward. We have some guys in the mix there. But don't sleep on Pacome Diate, the rookie that we got. He might actually play. He's pretty tall, so it's all about the work ethic and what he brings to the table and stuff. So I might be missing somebody as far as who could play at that small forward spot. But I think the Knicks bench is fine. Can we get another person? We'll see. I think I'll talk more about that tomorrow. But just want to get into you guys. Yeah, see Keith Watkins in the place. Uh, He's talking whatever he's saying here. Uh, can't wait for the season. You got Roberto Torres here. He says, enough with the trades. Let's go to war. Hey, listen, enough with the trades, but we wouldn't be here if this trade wasn't made. And I think this trade was necessary. So the Knicks are not a finished product, man. Like I mentioned earlier, I think all not everybody's meant to make it to the end. And I think we still have an extra trade to make here to really solidify this team. So tune in for that. See what happens with that. So no way, Pete Rose died too. Now that upsets me now. Now I'm kind of like upset now. I know I'm kind of getting off the rails here because I know we want to talk about Karl Anthony Towns, but Pete Rose is dead and he's not in the Hall of Fame. So you know what's gonna happen, right? post-mortem, they're gonna put him in the Hall of Fame. And I think if they do that, I think their family needs to get on that microphone and tell MLB how much ass they need to eat, from their side of the family. I don't even think they should show up. I think they should make their own statement on the side and tell them to literally suck their fucking dicks. You know what I'm saying? Because gambling and stuff like that, I understand it's a hard thing, but they put Pete Rose through all of that. Like I said, suffering. 83 lived a long life, man, had a great career and stuff like that. But the suffering that he had to deal with probably because he made a mistake and they won't put him in the Hall of Fame. Now watch that he's dead, they're gonna put him in the Hall of Fame. And I just think that's horrible. I always talked about that. I always think that's horrible, man. Shout out to some of the Knicks players here that has passed away. Some of them are still living, that deserve at least their jersey retired. Yeah, I talked about that before too, but like I said, I'm just trying to show love to the chat here real quick. Uh Let's go. OG's a silent killer. I prefer those guys too. OG's not a pussy either, man. Not for nothing. But, OG stepped up and protected his teammates plenty of times in those playoffs. So that's definitely like a big thing there. Shout out to Harlem CEO in the building. Sliding on down here, just taking a look. Yeah, man. So we're gonna get back into the show here. So this is what we here for. Karl Anthony Towns, man. This is the trade. We traded Karl Anthony Towns for DiVincenzo and Julius Randle for the most part. That first round pick from Detroit is a really good pick. It's I believe it's top 13 protected. So it might not go to Minnesota. It'll eventually get dragged along the way, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's top 13 protected. But it's still a good pick. But we had to do what you got to do to make this happen. Like I said before, DiVincenzo's gonna make their bench so much better. They need 3-point shooting in Minnesota. Julius Randle and defense also. Julius Randle, comes over there, plays a power forward next to a true center, over there. And Karl Anthony Towns, not for nothing, is gonna play center for us. So this is what it is. And I think it's all business now, man. Shout out to business. This is Peter Bog. He's the one that broke this picture that everybody keeps sharing. Some people are giving him credit, some people aren't. But this dude here, Peter Barg, I am following him. He's a hockey writer, for the Athletic. So he happened to be there. Everybody's all hands on deck. This is a big thing here. And Karl Anthony Towns did appear at media day, and as you can see, he is wearing the Knicks hat backwards there. So I said he got the Pellegrino water and stuff like that, the black SUVs, the whole spiel there. But his dad's a Knicks fan, so I'm quite sure they probably had an emotional thing together, man. They finally came home. I'm quite sure they had an emotional thing because his mom passed away, and stuff like that. He's a Jersey dude. Don't really fuck with people from Jersey, man. Jersey, some Jersey guys are kind of weird, when it comes to like the tri-state area stuff. But if you fuck with the Knicks, I fuck with you. I think his dad is from New York, so it's just good stuff, man. Good vibes, definitely good vibes. So good vibes only, man. I really don't want to talk about negative stuff. I address it, but I don't want to keep talking about it, harping on it. Just keep scrolling here. This is the depth chart. Shout out to Knicks Muse if you follow them on Twitter. You got Jalen Brunson, campaign, like I said, Tyler Kolek at the point guards, Josh Hart, starting shooting guard, possibly, Deuce McBride coming behind him, and Landry Shamet. That's the other person. Landry Shamet is about 6'5", so he could slide to the small forward too. Not for nothing, So he's somebody that can fill into a spot also if you want to play small. The guys want to play modern basketball with like little guys playing power forward and small forward. Landry could play some small forward a little bit, man. So shout out to those guys. That's guards alone. Those 6 players are really good, man. Shout out to the small forwards. You got Mikal Bridges, possibly starting as small forward. You got some rookies, Pacome, Diate, and then you got Kevin McCullough there. Shout out to OG, power forward, Precious, backing him up. Really interesting. Shout out to Jacob Toppin. Jacob Toppin could play small forward also. So the opportunity is there for Pacome, Kevin McCullough, Jacob Toppin. One of those guys could possibly move up the totem pole and get some minutes. And it's really up to them, who wants it more and who wants it for their career more than anything. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. Some of those guys might actually be added in the trade later on. We'll never know. But we'll know soon enough, I should say. At center, Karl Anthony Towns, he's got to play center. You got Mitchell Robinson on the roster still, not for nothing outside of all the stuff that I want to say about him and I don't like about him. Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench behind Karl Anthony Towns is good. Because you only need Mitchell Robinson for 15 minutes, maybe. And put Karl Anthony Towns back in the game. When the game is on the line, you need him to play big minutes in the playoffs. Karl Anthony Towns is going to play 40, 38 to 40 minutes. Mitchell Robinson's minutes gets cut down to 10 to 8. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jericho Sims. Ariel Hakporti. These guys, somebody's gonna have to if they care about their career, somebody's got to step up. That goes with the young players. Jericho Sims not young anymore. Guys like 25, going on 26 or whatever. Ariel Hakporti has also got some age to him. Played professional basketball in Australia. So it's all about who wants it. These guys have experience. Come bring it, baby. When you know what time it is. As we get in here, as you can see the energy, man. Captain Zesty here. That's my first time calling him Zesty. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have to figure it out, man, because I don't want to do to Karl Towns what we did to Julius. Like totally like emasculating him for everything that he does because of his attitude. So this guy here, for his zestiness, that's gonna bring a lot of problems and stuff too when it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? But the guy, like, he talked about his dad and stuff, being a Knicks fan in the Jersey area and stuff like that. So I mean, the vibes here, is it's just great. So I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into starting that steamrolling of talking badly about him, calling him soft and that type of thing. I just think that him being here and just the connection that he actually loves the Knicks, probably the same way that any New Yorker loves the Knicks, just like Stephon Marbury. He can't get enough. Stephon Marbury is always talking about the Knicks. Even when he was going through bad stuff, he still was talking good about the Knicks, still following the Knicks, still talking about he's a Knicks fan. So it's the same thing. We know what it's about being a Knicks fan. So if he comes from that energy, then we got to embrace him and just let go of that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Don't even start it. Don't even start it up. Even if he has bad times, let's not get into that. Let's keep it funky, keep it Knicks, and keep it positive. If we can. So just to harp into that positivity, um, after these guys got traded, they all played for Minnesota. After they got traded, they won the championship that following year. But shout out to Kevin Garnett. He got traded to Boston. They already had Paul Pierce there, and then they went and got Ray Allen also. So they had a big three, and he actually won the championship there. They didn't win another one after that. I gotta say that. But they hit lightning in the bottle. They was able to get it together and win the championship. Shout out to Kevin Love. He got traded to Cleveland, and he ended up being with LeBron and Kyrie Irving, and they won championships there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Minnesota, Karl Towns coming from Minnesota to the Knicks with a team that's already set, just like Kevin Love and just like Kevin Garnett. I think this is a potential. This potentially could be something just like this, man. So like I said, that's why we got to keep the positivity. I think this is a real thing, man. This is not just Knicks fans being delusional. And I see people say, "Oh, Knicks fans are delusional." Knicks fans could be. You could say what you want about us, man, but the situation that's surrounding the Knicks is not delusional. This is real. This is real. The Knicks are fucking back, bro. And I think this is a possibility here. Shout out to everybody that's going to the Knicks game starting off here, that first game of the season. I'm trying to get in the building, man. I'm having some kind of financial problems and stuff right now. A lot of bills and things that's coming up. I'm trying to take care of, but I'm gonna try to get in that building, man. We'll see what happens between now and next week. If I can get in there, I will, man. And I think everybody needs to be in there. If you're not in there, we need to be together because this is the start of something special. And I think the end result here, I think this is the end result. I think the championship is coming, and I think it's coming really fast, man. Like I was gonna say something wild, and I know you guys watching know I was gonna say something wild, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. But anyway, I can see something happening, man, coming, and I know you see it too, and I just think we need to believe it. So shout out to Dynix Podcast. This is the channel that you're watching. This is all the content I've been putting out. I've been putting out a lot of content recently. I took 4 days off. I had some things I had to do, but if I could pod every day, I would. So these are some of the different things that I've been talking about recently. So you got Shamit News, me and State got together. Small ball, with bringing in Marcus Morris, who ended up getting waived due to this Karl Anthony Town stuff. Mitch's situation, it seems like I always talk about him, but I got to talk about him again. I'll do that tomorrow. Just McBride got better, changing into guard, all these different things. But I'm just scrolling down here just to bring it to this. This was 2 months ago. 2 months ago, Cat to New York. If you can see it there, I'll make it bigger here for you guys to see. As you can see, this is something that I made here. This is based off of what CP from Knicks Fan TV reported. He actually reported this, and I said it on the pod. He reported something saying that the Knicks are interested in Karl Anthony Towns from his sources and stuff. So I mean, for him to post that 2 months ago, that was very risky because like for a Knicks fan pod like that, for him to post something so strongly like that, and if it didn't happen, it makes him look bad. He becomes a tabloid. But now since he posted that 2 months ago, and now it came true, Now you can really talk about that these guys, are like breaking the trend now for people like me that can actually break news and actually have insider info that stuff really does happen now when they report the information. So that legitimizes that, man. I wish you would say stop saying the pod for the fans, by the fans and stuff like that. I don't know, those little things that kind of pisses a lot of fans off, but the Jersey crowd, talking about Jersey, the Bridge and Tunnel crowd, they're the ones that are really following Knicks fan TV for the most part, man. So I mean, but no shade to them. It puts in a lot of work, man. Like I said, for him to report that, to put his channel on the line, put his reputation on the line, and it came true. It's amazing, man. So definitely shout out to CP and the work that he's doing over there, building the brand and the channel and stuff that he's got going on over there. Well, we talked about this, man. It's not even worth bringing a video and stuff. We talked about this. If you know anything about basketball, Karl Anthony Towns put him in that Hartenstein role. The way that Hartenstein was getting the ball, top of the key, looking to make passes and stuff, waiting for cutters. And then if he didn't have a cutter, he could take the shot, he could drive. Hartenstein didn't really show the jump shot. Karl Towns is legit one of the greatest shooting big men that ever played the game. You can say what you want to say about him. Just look at his numbers. Look at his numbers. This dude is one of the greatest shooting bigs of all time. Whether you want to call him soft or not. You want to talk about guys like Jack Sycamore from back in the days. You want to talk about Larry Bird. You want to talk about Dirk Nowitzki. Add whoever else you want to add to that fucking mix, man. Anybody if I mixed out, I missed out on that. Karl Towns' numbers are better than all those guys as far as shooting threes and stuff like that. So I mean, put Karl Towns in Hartenstein's role and just use your imagination, watch tape. Like I said, in this podcast particularly, I did show tape. I talked about it. In the way that Hartenstein was standing there waiting for guys to cut, that's right in this guy Karl Anthony Towns' office, baby. He's gonna be knocking down that three, and he's gonna have driving lanes. The Knicks know how to cut. They know how to make to get open. Karl Anthony Towns will be finding these guys because Karl Anthony Towns can pass. He's a really good passer, good vision. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be able to find guys cutting, and all these Knicks guys that are around him are gonna eat in bunches, man. So I'm just gonna show the guys again. These four guys here are going to eat off of what Karl Anthony Towns produces on that basketball court, man. So if you ever wonder how it's going to fit, it doesn't make sense. I miss Juju. With the toughness and stuff like that. Listen, man, you got to get over it. You got to get over it because use your basketball sense. But like, don't let people call us delusional. We know basketball. Throw Karl Anthony Towns in that Hartenstein role, man, and you're going to get Hartenstein on steroids, fam. You know what I'm saying? And I just think this is amazing. Tom Thibodeau coached Karl Anthony Towns in some of his best seasons as a player, and I just think that this is a chef's kiss right here. I think this is going to be fantastic, and I just think that we really need to like really just really embrace the situation. I really think that we're onto something here. With the Knicks, and we'll just see here. Um, Shout out to Bobby Marks. I think Bobby Marks is an idiot, to tell you the truth. For all the respect, so I think Bobby Marks is an idiot. He's their cap expert. He knows what he's talking about, whatever. But I really don't trust when he talks about basketball. I don't care what he has to say. That's why I'm calling him an idiot. That's not really nice to say. So I'll take it back. It's not really nice. I apologize to Bobby Marks, but just I'll say this. I don't care what Bobby Marks has to say when it comes to basketball. But capologists and stuff like that. All that works, but for him to say that the Knicks have like the best starting five in basketball, there were reactions in there. People were reacting to that. Verbally, oh my god, like why would you say? Like because that bullshit the ESPN posts is out there, but legit, especially for somebody like this that's into numbers and stuff like that, like he knows the Knicks have something special going on here, and for that, we can agree with them that it is. It's not something that just in a figment of our imagination. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Bobby Marks. Like I said, I don't want to call him an idiot because people do that. So, I don't, like I said, I want to keep it positive. But, and as far as basketball is concerned, it's a fucking idiot. Yeah. But anyway, it just makes sense, man. The Knicks got it going on here, man. But, yeah, man, this is on Karl Anthony Towns here, giving respect to Dikembe Mutombo. He said what he had to say there. Like I said, I'm trying not to get emotional. I said a lot of emotional things today, talking about life and death and, mistakes and, brought up some family stuff and things of that nature. But life is short, man. Life is short. Get out there, meet people, talk to people, touch people. You know what I'm saying? Stop being an asshole. Shout out to everybody on Twitter. that goes on Twitter just to make other people's lives feel miserable just based off their basketball takes. It's ridiculous, man. People do that to me all the time online in my DMs and stuff like that, or whatever opinion you might have about me, man. But it doesn't matter. Life is too short for that. Right now, as you can see, a young Karl Anthony Towns here with Dikembe Mutombo, and this is it, man. One great one. I remember when Dikembe Mutombo was a rookie. This is probably when Karl Anthony Towns was drafted, around that time. Now here's Karl Anthony Towns now, one of the faces of one of the greatest basketball teams, franchises in the world, the Knicks. This is his time now. You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing, man, and it's a lot to be happy for. A lot to I mean, I'm trying to tell you guys our time is now. It's time to really lock in and really start enjoying this thing, man. I can't wait to see a lot of you guys. I saw some people pop in here. I think I saw Steph. Did Steph pop in? Yeah, Steph popped in here just now too, man. So I can't wait to see Steph. Can't wait to give her a hug and kiss, man, because I want to sit next to you and I want to stress out and I want to watch these Knicks together. And and I want to enjoy the moment with my people, man. All you guys watching, anybody that will watch, if you haven't done so yet, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe. A lot of you guys sometimes are in the chat and I'm not subscribed to the podcast, so please do so. That way you can stay stay locked into what I'm talking about. I might not be your go-to guy, but while you're listening to other people's pods, just keep me in mind. So, I wonder what Eru got to say. I know you got some shit to say. So, just keep that in mind. Watch your favorites, but always come back to see what Eru has to say, because I always have something little extra to add into the mix, man. Always basketball but always life too, man. So always try to keep that balance there. So shout out to Iron Jarrell. He lives in Jersey, but Jarrell's a Brooklyn dude, if I'm not mistaken, right? So it is what it is. New York all the way. So here goes some questions here. So my wait, one second. Yeah, so shout out to Mike K here. He's got a question. He said, did Brunson sign that contract thinking they would keep the Nova Knicks intact? So that's a good question. So I really don't think so. I think he trusts the front office, and I just think that everything that he's doing, signing that contract, by giving back the money, he didn't give him back the money as an incentive to keep his people there, because keeping the people there is a losing mentality. That's like, oh, I want my guys here, without not without thinking about the future or anything. I don't care about what happens on the court. I just want my guys here. I think if he had that mentality, I don't think that that I think we'd be in a horrible situation. But I think that Brunson, he knows what the business is about. And right off the bat, just his energy, the business thing about it, he wouldn't talk about Karl Anthony. He wouldn't answer the Karl Anthony Towns questions. You know what I'm saying? His demeanor always locked in and stuff. I think that Brunson gets it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he minds losing DiVincenzo. He said in the interview today that DiVincenzo was in his groom's party, whatever, when he got married. So he's one of his best friends in life. So just because he doesn't play for the Knicks doesn't mean they're not friends anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's about work. They're working. It's about their careers and their long, the longevity, the legacy. So I think Brunson is all about that legacy. And I think Brunson might eventually get his number retired and all that. I think Brunson's gonna get the whole thing. It all starts now with us winning this championship, man. So yeah, man. So shout out to Bobby Santiago in the place. Definitely good to see him. He definitely got married too, man. He just got married, so I'm quite sure, he's taking a lot of blue pills, getting crazy with his lady, you know what I'm saying? Because the whole romance of that first time when you get married, it kind of like the honeymoon period, that's what they call it. It's a lot of fun, man. So enjoy these times, man. Like I said, enjoy these times, enjoy these happy times in your lives and stuff like that. Even if it's bad, like I said, there's some things going on my end that's kind of messed up, man. But without further, without having to harp on that stuff, man, regardless if the world is blowing up around you, it doesn't mean that you need to destroy yourself because everything else is blowing up. You still have to live your life. And even if you can see the bomb coming to you, you can still protect your spirit enough that you can still be enjoying yourself until that freaking fire blows you away. You know what I'm saying? To oblivion. So that's something to keep in mind, man. You always can be in control of your own spirit and your own energy. So always be mindful of that. And just always be happy, guys. Shout out to Keith Turner in the place. What's up? What else we got here? We got on Dios in the place. Once again, always I'm making sure he comes in and telling everybody to subscribe and stuff. And I'm always gonna say tell guys to go over to Instagram. I know him from Instagram. I'm quite sure he's on TikTok also. Check out his content. There's a lot of funny shit going on Dios, man. So definitely subscribe over there on Instagram and TikTok also. Uh, what else, man? This is Julian Bloom talking about CP. He says CP in the bed with the organization. Yeah, he's in the bed with the organization, man. I'm quite sure they something's happening over there, but that's good. Like I think we all wish that we were in the same boat. That we had the time to actually devote to this. And then just the foresight and just being able to manipulate certain things and to get that thing to get it going. He did it. Shout out to him. He did it. You know, I wish I had the time, but I got family to take care of, man. It is what it is. Rack '03 here. He says he's gonna miss Randall and Devo. It's business, man. Follow the logo. Absolutely. Shout out to one of my coworkers at work, man. His name is Frankie Fuentes. Always says he roots for the laundry. He's in a laundromat. So he's a Lakers fan, but he likes the Lakers. He doesn't give a fuck about LeBron and none of these guys. He loves the Lakers, and that's what it is. So same thing. It doesn't matter who's on that roster, man. I'm all about the Knicks. Right now, the Knicks are up. So it is what it is when I talk about that. So Keith Turner's talking about. He said, "I don't like the trade mainly because I wanted to see the Nova boys." Yeah, I got it. Definitely wanted to see them thrive, man. It was gonna work, but the Knicks have excess players, and DiVincenzo's money worked perfectly. We talked about it so much this offseason. The money works perfect to make a move, and he had to go. He had to go only because of the money, not because of anything else he brought to the table. Super hard role player, man. Excellent shooter, man. He's forever gonna be in history with one of the greatest Nick moments in history, man. With that shot to beat Philadelphia, man. Unbelievable, man. So we'll be watching that forever as time goes on, and he'll come back as an old man, hopefully, and he'll talk about that on the 30 for 30 when the Knicks win the when Knicks win the championship. They'll be talking about that DiVincenzo shot. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Shout out to State. I mentioned you earlier, State, man. Much love to State. State got a lot of shit going on his end too, man. But regardless of whatever's happening in people's lives, you want to talk about life and death and stuff. You're still persevering, still coming to this table here, coming to this camera, and giving it up, for your Knicks because you love it from the heart, and you want other people to enjoy it too. You have a passion, and it's a way to get away from reality, man. It's a beautiful thing, you know. He's Jake Pang. It's the first time seeing your channel. You have a new sub. Hey, man, thank you for tuning in. I keep it raw here, man. I keep it raw here. I used to keep it even raw for guys I know, but trying to taper it down a little bit is trying to taper it down a little bit. I'm still gonna be saying things unscripted. Everything's freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it from the heart and stuff, and just giving you something different than what everybody else is doing. Some people they like to talk like this on the microphone. Hey guys, welcome to the Dynamics podcast. If you're interested, please subscribe. And if like I'm not into that. I'm not into that. I'm gonna be my fucking self. You know what I'm saying? If you want somebody to be talking this way, then you can find that person. There's plenty of people that out there making podcasts, especially the Knicks. The Knicks have like the most podcasters in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to follow me. I don't give a fuck if you do. You know what I'm saying? But if you do, let's rock together, man. It is what it is, man. Like I said earlier, keep in mind if you're watching your favorite podcasters, but keep Die Hard Knicks in mind. Let me see what this crazy motherfucker Ebro got to say. You know what I'm saying? Just keep that in mind. That's the only thing I would love. Once this era is over, I want people to remember. You remember that dude Ebro, man? That motherfucker was crazy. I would I would love that, man. I would love that. Shout out to crazy ass a mighty finesse, young brother there. Can't wait for the season to start, brother. I'm tell you. Shout out to Kevin one. He says, you think the New York Knicks are gonna trade Mitchell Robinson? Listen, man, I'm tired of talking about that motherfucker. I'm gonna talk about him tomorrow. I'm gonna do a pod tomorrow. I was gonna do it today, but I still didn't talk about Karl Anthony Towns, so I think something's gonna happen. We'll see. All these things here, we'll talk. I'll talk about that tomorrow, so we'll get into that. But sliding on down here. Uh Making sure I give love to everybody that's putting stuff on there. He goes, Rico3 said appreciate the transparency. He says, we're all imperfect beings trying to figure this thing out called life. Absolutely. And if I got a gem to give, I'm gonna drop it because there's somebody that might be watching, they might be glancing, and they might come across something that I say, and it might be beneficial. When I first started the pod, man, 2018, and I keep the picture in the back. This, my this let me just post that real quick. Where is it? You can't see it there. But anyway, you guys know this jersey back here. It says Die Hard Eru in the back with 18 on there. That's when I first started the podcast. So back in 2018, I almost died, fam. You know what I'm saying? So that's what gave me the courage and stuff like that to start this podcast. So I say that to say that that life is too short. Life is too short. To keep things in and to be fake. So I can't be fake. I have to throw it out there. I just have to throw it out there. I have to be as real as possible, man. So that's just how I give it up. So anyway, shout out to Dope Sport. Like I said, I can't wait to see you, baby. Give you a big hug. I know you give some of the best hugs in the world, man. I can't wait to hug you and enjoy some time with you in person, rather than online and stuff. I know you've been doing pods and stuff. I see you guys, sending the invites and stuff. I'm at work or something's going on. I can't make it, but man, I can't wait to see you guys in real life, man. So anyway, without further ado, this is Dynix podcast, just doing what we do, talking these Knicks and stuff like that. I'm gonna eat something. Right now I'm fasting, guys. For those that are into that, I'm trying to get my health together. So I've been fasting a lot. Right now I'm on another 3-day fast. This will be the third time I did it. I'm doing a 3-day fast. Liquid diet. This time around, I'm actually gonna be just drinking smoothies, but I haven't had one yet, so I haven't eaten anything at all today. You know what I'm saying? Just liquids, just pure liquids right now. I had some protein gels. I took 2 of those today. So I only consume 30 grams of protein today. Everything else has just been liquids. I'm gonna make myself like a smoothie kind of thing, and I'll drink that. So just to get the protein in me. And then I'm going to the gym tonight, fam. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage you guys to get busy. We are in training camp mode right now. So if you can, the next season started. Let's get it. Let's get it moving. Let's get our health together because life is short. As we got Dikembe Mutombo here. Before you know it, you never know. You might go to the doctor because something's bothering you. You might find out that something really, really is bothering you. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't want to have the regret to say, damn, man, I wish I would have worked out. I wish I would have ran that race. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have called that person. You know what I'm saying? I wish I wasn't such a dick. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. Whatever in your mind, in your heart, what I'm saying? Please do what you want to do. Just experience life. Don't leave things unturned, what I'm saying? And while you're here with me with these Knicks, man, no negativity, all only positivity, man. Let's do this together. But anyway, it's your boy Eru. I love to talk. Golly, I love to talk. But as we doing the podcast, 4 fingers to the forehead, pop, tucking a thumb, salute. See you guys tomorrow. We will talk about the Mitchell Robinson situation for the last time and until he comes back, if he does or not. And we'll talk about that tomorrow, man. So definitely appreciate you guys for coming in here. So Mighty Finesse is a young boy. He says, no need to starve yourself. There's a method. There's a method to it. I'm not starving myself. I don't know if you can see, but the kid's muscles are still there. I can still bench 220 something. I can still squat, whatever I could squat and whatever. And I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm gonna bang out the weights and stuff like that. But eating, has nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Giving yourself nutrients and stuff like that to help build muscle is a whole different story. So eating a meal and stuff like that has nothing to do with building and training and building your body. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the fasting is good to get rid of the waste, to get rid of whatever your body, or to give your digestive system a chance to use what it already has. You know what I'm saying? Because like you rest your body, you know what I'm saying? Why do you need to continuously eat I gotta have breakfast, I gotta have lunch, I gotta have this. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to control what goes into your mouth, in order for your body to work. And like I said, I'm on a roll right now, and it is what it is, man. So you gotta learn. One day, Almighty Finesse, I know you're young and stuff, in shape and stuff. One day you might be 40 something years old talking about, damn son, I'm a fat bastard. After you done had your kids and stuff like that. Let myself go. Then you might eventually find, you might remember me, and you might end up on the same path that I'm on, and you're gonna have that clarity and that experience in life, to get to where you need to go. But anyway, I see you guys soon. Rest in peace to Pete Rose. Also, I talked about him too. I'm kind of upset about that, but I talked about it already, man. Definitely Paris Dugga. Good to see you here. But we out, guys. Peace. Check out the outro, reminiscent from something that Julius Randle did, man. We're saying goodbye to Julius Randle. This also will be the last time I mention Julius Randle, unless we're talking about it with the guests or something like that. But anyway, without further ado, we up out of here. Peace.
Make the magic last more than just one night. If we just get to it, I know we could break through it just one.
Ebru is a beast.